one of the interesting concepts in games that's emerging is this idea called gamification or utilitainment. And it's basically an idea around putting a game layer on something that doesn't have a game associated with it. So we kind of do this automatically. So you're feeding your kid and they don't want to eat the food. Suddenly the fork becomes an aeroplane and you're making noises and you make a game of them getting the food in their mouth. And that's simply adding a game layer onto a mundane activity, eating, to make it more palatable. But this is this idea can be taken a little bit further. So there are companies, for example, that make testing devices for kids who've got diabetes. The testing involves them having to have their fingers pricked to test their blood sugar levels, which is painful and uncomfortable for the kids. So one way around this is to build into the testing process something within the testing device that records when they do this, and then they can plug this testing device into a game console like a Nintendo DS, and that will give them scores and points and rewards for sticking to their testing regime. And then that way, by adding a game layer, you make something that's unpleasant for the child, a little more fun, a little more palatable, and actually you can get them to kind of go along with the health regime a little better. But we're also seeing game layers being added on to public transport, we're seeing game layers being added on to medical things, we're seeing game layers being added onto a whole range of everyday things. So I think gamification, while it's not for everybody, there are certain people who are really motivated by the idea of either the competition or the cooperation that comes with a game.